Welcome to the Social Smarty Show, your weekly roundup of everything you need to know in the world of social media marketing for the week ending the 9th of February 2025. Let's dive on in. First up this week, have you been shadow banned on Instagram? Now, I hear this term thrown around a lot. When someone gets really low reach, or maybe they don't reach anyone at all with their content on Instagram, they'll often say, I think I have been shadow banned. Now, the head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, cleared things up this week with a reel explaining all things shadow ban. Now, his advice to check if you have been impacted is to go to your account status. So in your settings, you'll find a section there called account status, and that's where you can check that your account is in good standing. Now, he also said that often it really is about the content that you're creating and just generally the fact that it's not resonating with your audience. So a few other recommendations, he said to check your insights, focus on what's working, experiment with new ideas if previous ideas are no longer resonating with your audience. And he also suggested reviewing Instagram's recommendation guidelines. Now, those are the guidelines that help you understand how content is recommended to people. Now, I'll pop a link to those in the show notes. Next up, Instagram is testing the ability to reorder your grid, finally. Now, if you are someone who has a very curated aesthetic or maybe a patterned grid, and sometimes you make a mistake and you think, oh gosh, my only option is to delete or archive out a post. Well, no, this new option is for you. This would mean that you could reorder your posts, so drag them around and change the order of your posts so that they look nice in your grid. So I can't wait for this one to roll out. Now, another Instagram update. The head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, has confirmed that likes are a bit more important than saves in terms of ranking your content. Now, we went through a period there where everyone was encouraging their viewers, their audience to save their content because we believed that saves were more important than likes. But no, this has been cleared up. Likes are definitely a little bit more important than saves. So when we're creating content, in order for our content to rank higher, we want to get more likes on our content. Now, what happens when someone steals and reposts one of your Instagram reels? Now, as long as it hasn't been modified in any way and Instagram can still detect that it is a repost, then you will get a notification, but also where that reposted reel would have been seen, Instagram will actually replace it with your content, your original content, rather than the person who reposted it. So this is a really good thing, but it really does drive home the point that we need to be creating original content and not just curating content and reposting other people's posts. Not that I think you would be doing that anyway. Next up, LinkedIn has quietly rolled out a Where You Appeared section in profile appearances. So this is going to show you exactly where your name and headline has popped up, whether that's in posts, search, comments, or even network recommendations. This is really useful insights on LinkedIn. Instagram has added a new feature in its video editing in the Instagram app, and it is called Cut Silences. Now, I haven't tried this one yet, but I have not heard good things. So if you record a video where it's you speaking to camera, you'll know that there is quite a common editing a way of editing that video where we cut out the silences. So it's all about condensing down that video, getting to the point quicker, cutting out the ums and the ahs and any silences in between your sentences or your words. Now, in the past, we've used other tools to do this, or it's been a very manual process. So you're literally going through everywhere where you've got a bit of a gap or a silence, you are splitting your clip and you're cutting out that silence. Now, I actually use another app which is called Detail, which does this automatically, and it is amazing. It literally does it with a few clicks. But that is what this new Cut Silences feature in Instagram should do. So effectively, you should click on Cut Silences and it should remove all those gaps, but apparently it doesn't work very well. Now, as I said, I haven't tested it myself, so this is not first-hand information. I definitely recommend you go in and test it out for yourself. If it does work or if they improve it, I think this will be super, super useful. And last up this week, the latest on the TikTok a TikTok ban in the US. Now, TikTok's parent company ByteDance still has until the 5th of April 2025 to divest its US operations. Now, that is, of course, thanks to Trump and that extension, that 75-day extension. Now, Trump did float the idea that Elon Musk could be a potential buyer, but apparently Musk has completely shut that down. He shut it down quickly. So we are still waiting to see what happens before the 5th of April. And there you have it, short and sweet this week with your social media marketing updates for the week ending the 9th of February 2025. As always, I would love you to leave me a rating or a review wherever you're listening to this podcast. It really helps the podcast platforms push out my content to more people. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, come and find me all over social media. You'll find me at socialsmarty.co. Until next week, stay social.